Alright. I have seen everyone literally comment about this when it came to this episode of One Punch Man, mostly the last two episodes, and everybody has been complaining about how Saitama hasn't been getting any screen time or actually landing blows to anybody or anything like that. Now, here's something that I want to say, okay? Everything cannot be about Saitama. I mean, yes, it's the story is about him, but everything cannot be about him. That's the major thing about a series. Other characters need development too. It's not that you can just have the main character do all the stuff. And this has been happening in the manga too. Actually, they are actually pacing the manga through what I know. They are actually going rapidly through manga chapters just so that they could get to Saitama's fight. So it's like I get it. Like it's like if the source material itself wants you to see the world building, see other characters get developed, what's wrong with it? I mean, it's other characters. There are other characters in the series too. It's not just Saitama. Other characters actually are good characters. So those other characters also need development and stuff. So yeah, obviously, just one character getting all the development in the world doesn't make a series. Actually doesn't make a series good, to be honest. There are anime where just one character gets developed and the others are just trash, and then they are just like, well, those series are kind of bad because one character does not make an anime. Like, let's be honest here. Even in season one, in my opinion, at least, Saitama was the lead character, but most of the time it was the other characters that got development. Saitama was just there to be the ultimate weapon of destruction. That's basically what it was. So yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. Like the world building and everything, that needs time and everything. And then like rushing through the manga, which I personally don't like because personally I'm not a big fan of like these guys taking like 7 to 8 chapters all together and then just collaging them together and then just having these huge just 20-minute episodes and a huge amount of like stuff just thrown away from it. I'm not a big fan of that personally because I've seen this happen in a lot of anime, even in normal uh, anime taken from light novel. Because I remember one of my favorite anime, Tanmachi. Actually, one of my favorite light novel, I should say. I'm not a big fan of anime, to be honest, but it had a lot of stuff taken out from it, uh, from the light novel. So that's just like I'm saying. Like there's a lot of stuff that just a lot of anime do that just take off and then they rush to the main part, which I'm not a big fan of. Very few anime actually follow the manga thoroughly and actually go through it, which I personally like. But I'm not gonna go and waste my time and speak about it. Let's just speak about the episode. I already wasted a lot of time speaking about the whole thing about people being like Saitama shouldn't be fighting and everything. Like they haven't seen Saitama in action or anything. Well, let's be honest here. We saw him in action today again after the Garo incident, and literally, like, here's a thing. Okay, if Saitama, we saw Saitama in action pretty much every episode, the series would get boring, to be honest. The reason why I say this guy is too powerful for any character to even go up against him. Like, Loki, this guy is too powerful. He's way too powerful. This man literally slapped this guy at the end of the episode, and it's just like, oh, that's it. That just shows how powerful this guy is. It's just so it would be pretty boring if just this guy went without anybody causing trouble or anything, went out there and just defeated each and every hero in just one punch. Like that's not gonna be fun at all. Personally, it was pretty good. It was a pretty good episode up until I got to the CG, which is the start of the episode, and I was like, Metal Bat, not Metal Bat, Metal Knight. There we go. Jeez, both have the same name. But Metal Knight and Centaurus, whatever you call him, Centaurus, whatever it is called. My dude, those CG, I'm, I don't know what to say about them. It's just pretty bad. I did like Metal Man versus Garo though. It was a decent fight, I would say. Metal Man versus Garo was pretty good in my opinion. At least that's what I saw. But Metal Knight and Centipede guy, you Centipede dude, nah, that was, I don't know what I was watching at that time. It was just so. Ooh, not a big fan of that. Not a big fan of the CGMC here. Not in that, but we also see the whip lady. We see her mask is in CG. Why do you need to put a mask in CG, my dude? You could have just hand drawn this chick. Like, come on. This chick had a mask in CG, while her whole body was pretty much made from drawing, to about 2D and stuff. Like, I'm like, dude, why the mask then? Like, I'm not a big fan. Jeez. I had complaints with this episode, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't as bad as I'm making it sound. But I do have complaints with this episode. There were good moments in this episode, at the same time they were bad in this episode, and it's like, yeah, I'm not a big fan of those. But I dig like one thing, and that is I get to see Fubuki in action. Like everybody's speaking about Fubuki being waifu material, and that's I just want to see why. I just want to see why. I mean, she's May, but I just want to see more of her to actually get to know why she's called a waifu material. So let's see. I mean, I'm just waiting for it. But let's talk about the end of the episode, the perfect end to the episode. If you haven't seen the after credits, go watch it right now. That that was so satisfying. That after I went through the horrendous CG throughout the episode, like most of the episode, I freaking loved the way it ended. That was the most beautiful way to end the episode. I loved it, loved it, loved it. The way it ended. Like I can forget about the CG with that end, the way the episode ended. Like that's how good it was. But another thing I wasn't a big fan of in this episode is that they literally skipped through, like, yeah, we're going to go through this fight in the tournament, and then we get to see this fight instead we see the villains fighting. Like I'm not a big fan of that whole thing happening there. So yeah, I just wish they focus on one thing at a time. I don't know if it's the same in the manga, but I think so. From what I know, they've skipped so many chapters, so there would be like some kind of thing going on in the background and everything. But I want one thing focused at a single time because too much shit has been jumbled together, and that just makes it kind of kind of boring, I would say. That's what makes it boring. Just too much shit has been jumbled up. Too much shit. Just you're like it's just thrown at your face without anything happening. What happened there? Nothing. We don't know what happened there. It just happened. That's pretty much it we have seen. We just pretty much seen that, and that's my complaint with this episode. Because that wasn't my complaint in the last four episodes. That's my complaint with this episode because that's what was happening throughout the whole episode. Too much shit was just thrown at you, and basically without any explanation, there was a lot of stuff going on, and I'm like, okay, okay, I kind of got it, but I still need more on this shit. Why am you just throwing it at my face? Like, just like that. So, yeah. Uh, Other than that, it was a good episode. Like I said, it had its problems. I mentioned the problems. I mentioned my complaints. If you guys have any complaints, you can go ahead and say it in the comment section down below. And that's about it. Let me know what you think about this episode, and let me know what you find good about this episode, what you find bad about this episode, because I know you guys will also have a lot of complaints about this episode, just like I did. Well, this most probably is one of the longest videos, review videos I've made in quite some while, because normally my previous few videos have just been like 5 to 6 minutes. So this is most probably the longest one I've made. It's almost reaching a 10-minute mark. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace.